Attention Vikings fans, revelations are emerging that promise to shake up the balance of the team this season, bringing a mix of optimism and new uncertainties. On one hand, there's a new reinforcement who could transform the offensive dynamics, and on the other, a temporary setback that alarms supporters and affects the main star's training. These are crucial backstage details that the fan base needed to hear, featuring direct statements from those responsible and analyses on the real impact of these changes. Welcome! Show your support for the Vikings by reaching 100 likes on today's video. Wes Phillips, the Vikings offensive coordinator, has plenty of reasons to be enthusiastic about the arrival of Jordan Mason, the new running back expected to play a fundamental role in Minnesota's scheme this season. Mason, acquired in a trade with the 49ers, is a versatile player who has caught attention not only for his physical strength, but also for his improved receiving skills, a facet rarely tapped in his career so far. Last season, Mason stood out with 789 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, impressive numbers for a running back who took on a leading role during Christian McCaffrey's absence. His career average of 5.3 yards per carry over 3 seasons shows not only competence, but rare efficiency, solidifying him as an asset who will add value to the Vikings' backfield. What catches Coach Phillips' eye most is Mason's ability to run routes and catch passes, skills that were not fully utilized at his former team. Phillips explained that even with limited receptions previously, Mason displayed remarkable naturalness in route running during the early training camp days, indicating a potential that could be extensively leveraged this season. Besides versatility, Mason's reliability in pass protection has also been praised by Phillips, who so far sees no issues in that aspect. The player emerges as a complete player, a physical running back with enough courage to engage in the passing game and protect the offensive line effectively. The Vikings' strategy is clear. Aaron Jones remains the primary running back, but Mason's arrival aims to lighten the veteran's load, especially as Jones approaches his 31st birthday in December. The ideal setup projected by the coaching staff is a balanced workload split, something like a 60-40 dynamic, reminiscent of what A.J. Dillon and Jamal Williams once provided the Packers alongside Jones. Head coach Kevin O'Connell endorses this perspective, pointing out that the combination of Jones and Mason creates a real headache for opposing defenses. The blend of their different styles and skill sets gives the offense versatility and unpredictability, essential for sustainability and renewal. Understanding the historical context clarifies why this bet was placed. The Vikings required a running back duo capable of sustaining the team's demanding pace throughout the season while exploring various offensive facets. Mason specifically offers this multifunctional capability, which could be decisive for the team's success. The coaching evaluations and fan reactions indicate Mason arrived with promise and could surprise by his adaptability and execution. Although his career started without the fanfare of a high draft pick, his steady development now gains fresh momentum thanks to the structure and playing time Minnesota provides. In short, Jordan Mason presents himself not just an addition, but a key piece in the plan to maintain Minnesota's competitiveness, signifying a more diversified offense less dependent on a single player.
At the same time that expectations rise for Mason, unsettling news has emerged. Justin Jefferson, the Vikings' top star, has suffered a left thigh injury during team training. Although coach Kevin O'Connell reassures the fan base that Jefferson's strain is mild and should not prevent him from participating in the season opener, the temporary absence is already impacting the group. Jefferson, without a doubt, is the team's most valuable player. Even with this short break, his performance shouldn't be deeply affected. However, the immediate setback is felt mostly by quarterback J.J. McCarthy, who loses valuable practice time with his primary target during this critical phase of tactical and chemistry building. The evolution of this pair is vital for Minnesota's offensive progress. Every practice Jefferson misses is a missed chance to strengthen the connection that might decide tight games during the regular season. Fortunately, Jefferson is expected to return within days, ready for their opening clash against the Chicago Bears. Still, the coaching staff remains alert, needing to find alternatives and adjust the offense during this transitional phase. In his absence, all other receivers move up the depth chart hierarchy. Jordan Addison steps into the primary receiver role, taking on greater snaps and responsibilities. Jalen Nailor, fighting for a big year in his contract season, also stands to gain, becoming the number 2 receiver. This open scenario also allows other players to prove themselves within this roster, loaded with young talent and seasoned contributors. Rondell Moore, a recent acquisition recovering from a serious injury, emerges as an explosive option ready to carve out his place in practice and matches. Phillips highlights fiercely competitive internal receiver battles, with multiple athletes showing potential to contribute considerably if Jefferson's absence extends. Players such as Tim Jones, rookie Ty Felton, Lucky Jackson, Thayer Thomas, Jashawn Jones, Dante Fleming, and Miles Price form a group with real chances to shine if they seize opportunities. The Vikings uphold the old truth that a large roster and internal competition are vital. The coaching staff appears to embrace this environment to foster competitiveness and collective growth during the preseason. Ultimately, Jefferson's thigh issue might cause concern, but the transparent and confident briefing by O'Connell offers a positive sign to fans. Without a serious problem, hopes remain high that the team's key player will be fully fit to lead the Vikings to great achievements. Nonetheless, this episode reminds everyone of the permanent risks in a grueling season, demanding both physical and mental resilience from the entire squad, particularly its stars. Summarizing the analysis, we see a contrasting scenario. Jordan Mason's strategic signing could be a game changer for the backfield and offense, counterposed by a brief shadow of doubt raised by Jefferson's injury. Both moments are separate but have a direct impact on team performance and roster dynamics. My firm opinion is that Mason possesses not only the capability to effectively share Jones's workload, but also to add new offensive dimensions that make the Vikings less predictable and more dangerous across multiple fronts. Simultaneously, Jefferson's quick recovery is crucial to preserving the offensive chemistry, especially in the season's opening weeks, when every practice and lineup harmony matter immensely. And you, Vikings fan, do you believe Mason's arrival is the key to keeping the team competitive despite Aaron Jones aging? How do you see the impact of Jefferson's minor injury on the team's performance in those initial games? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed the content, leave a comment about these latest developments, and subscribe to the channel to never miss updates about your favorite team. See you next time!